Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's Ryan Miller checking back with GST's YQMA episode 55 today. Today's topics include cardio during competition prep and carb manipulation during contest prep. Today's questions come to us from a girl that asks a lot of questions. Her name is Erin Cooper, and she's very inquisitive, which I like, and I'm going to take care of you, Erin, right now. Let's get your questions answered, and let's pass some knowledge on to everybody else who's watching. Here comes GST's YQMA, episode 55. Question number one is focused on cardio during competition prep. Erin is really wondering how much should be done during competition prep. 2 hours a week, 1 hour per day, a half an hour per day. And what it really comes down to are some key general recommendations to start your contest prep in terms of cardio. Cardio should really be viewed as a secret weapon that can be brought out later in the game. You don't want to unleash all of your cardio ammo right away, because what you're going to do is you're going to run out of ways to manipulate your contest prep when stalling points happen and when you need to just bring in new tactics to continue fat loss. Your contest prep is initially going to start with a minimal amount of cardio, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be letting your nutritional calorie deficit be the driver of fat loss. I'm not saying that you can't have cardio during the initial stages of your contest prep. You certainly can. Typically, I will recommend around one HIIT session and maybe some LISS or some MISS cardio initially in the contest prep, just because I believe it has its benefits that actually help a client with their weight training. And it's also good to just have that general activity that keeps the cardiovascular system healthy, and really it's minimal cardio. There's really nothing wrong with doing it. There's more pros than cons, and so I like to have clients running minimal cardio actually year-round, whether it is during a contest prep in the initial phases of that contest prep, or whether it's during a primetime building phase. Cardio has its benefits in the weight room and on the cardiovascular system. So it's good to do cardio at a minimum all the time. Now, as you move through your contest prep, you're going to eventually get to a point where it's going to come time to reduce those calories. And you might already be feeling energy depleted, where you really don't want to decrease those calories. You feel like you're at that point where you could actually see some muscle loss due to too low of a calorie intake. Now, this is the point where you can increase that cardio. What you're going to do is you're going to focus on burning it off, burning that fat off, rather than starving it. So what I like to say is, in these situations, it does become better to burn it rather than starve it. So that is a driver of the amount of cardio that you're going to be doing during your contest prep. Because if you find this happening often, you're going to have to increase cardio more often. But if you find that you're losing fat real nicely, just based off of your calorie deficit, and you're feeling good about reducing calories, it's not running you down excessively, you're still strong in the gym, in that case, you would not have to up your cardio level, and you would just continue to let your nutrition drive your fat loss. So depending on the individual, how they feel with their calorie deficit, how responsible and conservative they are with their calorie deficit, meaning that they don't go in too deep of a calorie deficit right away, cardio recommendations during contest prep are obviously going to vary, and that's going to be the main driving factor of why. Now, question number two really focuses on manipulating your calories during your contest prep. And Erin is wondering if carbs should be manipulated during contest prep. The answer, Erin, the answer is a resounding yes. Now, the reason for that is because carbs, 99% of the time, are they're the number one go-to macronutrient for manipulation, whether you are aiming to build and raise calories or whether you're aiming to cut fat and reduce calories. Carbs are the number one most manipulatable or variable macronutrient. So the answer to this question is actually that simple. Yes, you definitely manipulate carbs during your contest prep. Erin, if you need me to follow up on any of these answers, I'd like you to comment and just let me know if I missed anything that you were really wondering about. The cardio question is obviously going to be variable, and I explained why, but the general rule is start with minimal cardio and increase cardio when you feel like the calorie reduction is not your best option. And when it comes to your second question, in general, the general answer is yes, carbs are definitely the macronutrient that you should vary the most during your contest prep and also during a building phase. If anybody else has comments or follow-ups on these questions and their answers, feel free to email ryan@growthstimulustraining.com. You can Facebook me under Ryan Smith Miller. That is my full name. And you can also just comment on this YouTube video. It's Thursday afternoon. I genuinely thank you for watching. The response to these YQMA videos is great. It's a great habit for me to stay in, to just keep relaying knowledge from my brain into yours. And if you would like to subscribe, please do. Thank you again, and I always appreciate those views.